night. So let's talk about the game from last night, Thursday night football. Panthers at Texans, and truly unfortunate that, the Texans, Davis Mills just could not move the ball. Really want to buy into this Texans team. I think they have a solid squad, but they need Tyrod Taylor. They don't move the ball. We saw that all day last night. They put up 9 points total. They missed an extra point. How do you miss an extra point? I mean, you should have came into the game thinking like, man, it's going to be rare that we score a touchdown. So you should have been buttoned up 100% because you don't know when the next time you're going to be able to kick an extra point. So real disappointing that they missed the extra point. It doesn't matter in anything. They lose. They don't cover the spread. They lose. It doesn't matter. That 1 point does not matter in this game. It's just a little unfortunate that they did it. But Davis Mills, I mean, let's just start with him. Davis Mills, 19 of 28 for 168 yards, 1 touchdown, no pick. Let's get the completion percentage up here. The official numbers. Couldn't move the ball the entire game. Truly lackluster. Man, oh man. Truly unfortunate. They need Tyrod Taylor back as soon as possible. But, I mean, he threw a 67% completion percentage, which is good, but, 168 yards and 19 completions, dink and dunk, not moving the ball down the field. I mean, look at these drives, folks. First drive, 3 and out. Second drive, 5 plays, 27 yards, but it stalls. They have to punt. Next drive, 6 plays, and this still baffles me. I still don't understand how they did this. They went 6 plays, moved the ball 11 yards, and took 5 minutes off the clock. How did y'all even do that? 6 plays, 11 yards, 5 minutes off the clock. Only Davis Mills could do that. I don't know how. But once again, punting, and then 3 and out, and then finally they catch a break and go down and score a touchdown on a 7-play, 64-yard drive. We get a big play. Yeah, big play. Davis Mills deep to Brandon Cooks for 30 yards, which really just kind of jump starts the drive. Nice little kind of drive before halftime, 2-minute drive, and they go down and score points. And that was real great by the Texans, and we thought that would give them momentum going into the locker room. But then they come out, 10 plays, 25 yards. They have to punt. And then 3 and out on their second drive after halftime, and then a field goal, but they're already down 17-6 at that point, making it 17-9. Game's basically over. Panthers go down and score another touchdown, making it 24-9. Game is definitely over at that time, but and that's what we're going to kind of focus in on here. There's really nothing to break down for this Texans team. I don't care about Davis Mills, and, he's a rookie, so, we're not going to, kind of knock him down too much here, but we just saw what he did. They're not moving the ball. They're not going to be competitive offensively the entire season. It's just we're going to wait till Tyrod Taylor gets back, and we hope they put him in. We hope this isn't a Justin Herbert situation where, he's done, so we might as well just use the rookie now. Well, we have this rookie, so he's already out there. No sense of kind of bringing him back or, kind of taking him out again once Tyrod Taylor gets back. So we hopefully can see Tyrod Taylor again because we think this Texans team can be competitive and win games this season with Tyrod Taylor at the helm. But 9 points here by Davis Mills, nothing good throughout the entire game. Dinking and dunking and just not getting it done. And there was multiple times the coach coaching him up on the sideline, and I loved it. I loved what I saw here from this Texans. That's what's so frustrating. I love everything I see from this Texans team besides Davis Mills. Damn it. But, on the sideline throughout the game, the coach, holding his head. And, a lot of people are talking about Davis Mills' neck, how it's big and long. Okay. But on the sideline, the coach is kind of, grabbing him and, talking to him one-on-one. And I'm imagining it like him just saying, hey, go out and do it out there. Just go out and play your game. You can do this. We see you in practice. You're getting it done. Now just go out there and execute. This is your game. This is your team. Hey, 1-possession game. Hey, this is exactly where we want to be. This is exactly where we want to be. A chance to go out and tie the game or win the game right now. It's all on you. Go out there and do it. We know you can do it. We know you can do it. We know you can do it. Grabbing that neck. We know you can do it. Go out there and do it. So multiple times throughout the game, coaching him up, and he just never did it. And I was so upset about that because, I see, the coach getting him ready for the next drive, and I'm like, oh, Davis Mills is about to, fire this ball throughout the entire field, and then 3 and out, and I'm like, all right, and then the next possession, the coach talking him up again, and I'm like, oh, Davis Mills, he finally got it. They know what they're going to do. He's going to go out and do it. He's going to play loose. He's going to play free, and he's going to go slinging around. And it's like, all right, they settle for a field goal. They're down 14 points. Okay, damn it. Once again, didn't happen. So Unfortunate there by Davis Mills. We'll see if he learns anything. He's definitely going to be playing next week. We know Tyrod Taylor's out 3 or 4 games at least. He is on IR. Truly unfortunate. So Davis Mills is going to get a nice body, a bulk of work here, and we hope we see some growth. We have to start seeing him move the ball. That's the biggest thing that you need to do at the quarterback position. You just need to move the ball. If you're moving the ball and you're not putting up points, we can kind of, give you a little bit of a free pass, and we'll kind of, come back at you next week and hope that you put up a little bit more points and a little bit more points than next week, and, keep following that. But he wasn't even moving the ball, folks. He wasn't moving the ball. 168 yards passing, which is kind of funny because that's more than Jameis Winston put up in a game this entire season. He's got 2 games under his belt. Kind of crazy. But, it's resulting in the 9 points, non-competitive game. Unfortunate. I guess it was a competitive game, and this is kind of what we are truly going to be focusing on. We've got some plays queued up, some drives queued up I want to watch to truly see if we buy Sam Darnold or not. But, this Panthers team, folks, they left the door open, and that's what we say all the time. That's why we're not getting big on Sam Darnold just quite yet. It's like, yeah, he's looking serviceable. He's looking like Baker Mayfield. I compare Sam Darnold to what Baker Mayfield is doing. When you have a good system around you with good talent and the coach is actively kind of scheming and play calling toward your strengths, that's all what the Panthers are doing. We saw the Panthers have decent success with Teddy Bridgewater last season. It's just that they didn't have Christian McCaffrey to help them out in the wins. So, Sam Darnold out here. Let's talk about Sammy D now. Let's actually finish up the Texans real quick. Mark Ingram, 6 carries, 21 yards. Unfortunate. The running backs here by the Texans truly did not do what they kind of needed to do, and I really wish they kind of ran the ball a little bit more heavy. But Mark Ingram, 6 carries, 21 yards. David Johnson, 2 carries, 11 yards. Phillip Lindsay truly letting us down, 7 carries, 5 yards. What the hell is that? Not even a yard to carry? Phillip Lindsay? We go to bat for you all the time, and you're going to do us like that? Damn. So the running game was non-existent by the Texans, and that definitely doesn't make it easy on the rookie, quarterback. So once again, maybe we can give Davis Mills a little bit of a free pass, but we got to start seeing some improvement. All right, now let's talk about Sam Darnold here. Once again, this Panthers team is just not putting teams away, and we've seen that. This is their 3rd game. We've seen it every single game against the Jets. They were up kind of, 14-0, and then they let them come back, and then they only beat the Jets 19-14. It's like, and once again, we have to remember, these 3 teams that the Panthers have beaten, are they good? Are they good? Are the Saints good? We still don't even know if the Saints are good. And given last week, we don't know if they are actually good, and if Jameis Winston can kind of get up to that confident level where he can just sling the ball around and feel good about it because he's dinking and dunking, not putting up any yards and kind of afraid to throw interceptions, but he just threw interceptions. So we're going to see what Jameis Winston is this week, but they're not moving the ball. Like we just said, Davis Mills has more yards in a game than Jameis Winston does this season. What the heck is going on? So, Sam Darnold last night, let's get the official numbers up. Here we go. He goes 23 of 34. 67% completion percentage, which we absolutely love. That's great. 304 yards, which is great. Not dinking and dunking. No touchdowns, though. He does have 2 rushing touchdowns. Didn't throw a touchdown. Didn't throw an interception. But he left the door open. Didn't really blow out any of these teams. These should be blowouts against the Jets. That should have been a blowout. Against the Saints, I guess it was a blowout. They won 26-7, and that is a blowout. But, the points and the execution, it was like, it was never blown out in the middle of the game, at the early stages of the game. It was a blowout kind of at the end of the second half, truly kind of closing out the door in the 4th quarter, but you let these teams hang around, and I'm telling you, if you let the Chiefs hang around, if you let the Rams hang around, if you let the Ravens hang around, they will take advantage and win the game. The Panthers have faced the Jets, the Saints, and the Texans. That's the easiest 3-game schedule you can get right off the rip. So I'll give Sam Darnold his credit. This is the best 3-game stretch he's ever had in his entire career, so I will give him credit for that. The completion percentage is something that I love about Sam Darnold here this season because it's just been so atrocious the last couple of years with the Jets, and that's granted because the Jets are trash, but I don't know if we should be like overcorrecting, saying Sam Darnold's so good. The national media, folks, everybody is gushing over Sam Darnold, and I've got no problems gushing over Sam Darnold. I just think we have to rein it in a little bit until we get some good competition. When is the first good game where he's going to have a good matchup to go against here? I mean, they're really kind of getting bailed out by the defense. This Panthers defense, it may be the best defense in the league, folks. I mean, truly. They are holding teams to no points. They are not letting them move the ball. 14 points game 1, 7 points game 2, 9 points game 3. That is absolutely fantastic, folks. We give the Panthers the credit here. And once again, just leaving the door open, folks. At halftime, this game was 7-6. Should this game have been 7-6 at halftime? Of course not. Now, they step it up in the second half, which is great. That is great. They got it done in the second half. Touchdown on their first drive, field goal on their second drive, touchdown on the third drive, and they only really had 3 drives the entire second half, and they scored on all of them. Now that is good. I'll compliment. I'll give Sam Darnold all the credit for that. But what happened if the Texans came out and, was matching that firepower? Once again, what if you had a high caliber team that you were going against? Let's say this was Panthers at Chiefs, and it was a 7-6 game at halftime. You're telling me that the Chiefs aren't going to be competitive coming out of halftime just like the Panthers are? Come on. So I just want to see what the Panthers do against their first good opponent next week. Who do they face? Are we going to get it next week? Texans have to go against the Bills in Buffalo. That's going to be the game. That's going to be the game where we truly decide oh, no, that's the Texans. Hang on. We got to look at the Panthers. Jeez, chose the wrong team here. All right, here we go. The Panthers next week. The Panthers have the Dallas Cowboys. Now that, we can say the same thing. That is going to be the true test in Dallas against that Dallas defense and against that great offense that Dak is leading there over with the Cowboys. So that's going to be the game. That will be the game where I give Sam Darnold a lot of credit, or I stand on my stance that I'm saying right now. That is going to come next week when they face the Cowboys. That's going to be the game. That is going to be the game, folks, where I will make my decision. I'm not making my decision here on Sam Darnold against the Jets, against the Saints. And they were at home for those first 2 games, and then they finally have to go on the road, and it's against the Texans. I'm not going to make my case on Sam Darnold being a good quarterback here just quite yet, folks. I'll wait till next week, and when we get a little bit more of a better opponent, and should be a good game, and we'll see if the Panthers defense is legit against that Cowboys defense, and we'll see if Sam Darnold is legit against that Cowboys defense. So they left the door open here. Like I said, potential comeback here for the Texans, only being down 1, should have been tied, but they missed the extra point. And then, once again, what we just saw from the Bills-Dolphins, competitive in the first half. They left the door open, but because they go into halftime and the offense, the Dolphins offense, the Texans offense not moving the ball, that just gives all the momentum to the Panthers defense, to the Bills defense to go out and get it done. And then the defenses kind of flounder here. The Texans defense, the Dolphins defense, they flounder in the second half because they're like, it doesn't matter what we do, the offense can't move the ball. So they get a little bit kind of, tired of not seeing the offense score, getting takeaways and putting them in good field position to take advantage, and the offense still doesn't take advantage, so the defense just loses morale, loses a lot of momentum, and then the other team can just keep rolling because they know they can just have their way with the opposing defenses. So that's kind of exactly what happened here, leaving the door open. You can't leave the door open against good teams. Now let's see Sam Darnold leave this door open. Once again, in the stat column, very, very good stats right here. Everything is good. Would have liked to see some passing touchdowns, but like we said, he had 2 rushing touchdowns in the red zone. I mean, nobody saw it coming. And once again, scheming. Why I call kind of Sam Darnold Baker Mayfield, because Kevin Stefanski is truly, game planning and scheming and play calling to a T for Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield had 2 incompletions last week, folks. I mean, the man is slinging the ball around confidently because Kevin Stefanski is calling the game for him. Matt Rule is kind of doing the same exact thing here. Not Matt Rule. He doesn't call the plays. Who is it? Joe Brady, their offensive coordinator. He's doing the same thing here with Sam Darnold. This is a good Panthers team overall, and Sam Darnold just needs to be a game-managing quarterback, and that's exactly what they're doing here. They're scheming for Sam Darnold. So I'm not totally sold on Sam Darnold as the pure passer just quite yet, folks. So let's see him leave this door open right here. We've got some plays queued up I want to watch and go over. So the first one is going to be on the first drive. They got out to a slow start, and once again, the Texans could have taken advantage if they fed off of this great first stop, 3-and-out here by the Panthers, and this Texans went down and scored a touchdown, how would have Sam Darnold reacted? How would the offense reacted? We could have had a whole different game, folks. We have to start like a series of what if, the new Disney Plus series of the Marvel universe. Hey, what if Captain America was a zombie? Hey, what if Iron Man was Spider-Man? How crazy would that be? Wouldn't that be something? What if the Texans took advantage of their defense forcing the Panthers going 3-and-out and going down and scoring a touchdown, putting Sam Darnold in a 7-0 hole on Thursday Night Football on the road? Does he still respond? What if, folks? Unfortunately, we don't have Disney here to tell us, so we just don't know. But let's go to this first drive right here. 2nd and 3, and we're going to have Sam Darnold throw 2 incompletions on the first drive. 2nd and 3, incomplete. 3rd and 3, incomplete. They punt the ball, potentially changing history, but the Texans are still not able to move the ball because it's Davis Mills. Tyrod Taylor's out there. Tyrod Taylor takes advantage of that. He scores a touchdown, 100%. That's 100% certain. Disney, you can, I'll create the first episode of NFL What If. What if Tyrod Taylor doesn't get hurt and, the Texans score the ball on the first drive here? What if that? I'll write that, and I can tell you the Texans win 50-0. Yeah, the Texans win 50-0. What if Tyrod Taylor doesn't get injured and Sam Darnold goes 3-and-out on the first drive? The Texans win 50-0. It's that simple. It's that simple, folks. So here we go. First drive, we're gonna get back-to-back incompletions here by Sam Darnold. Let's see how he's looking here. Here we go. First play up, 2nd and 3, first drive of the game. Here we go. First pass went for 7 yards. Second pass, here we go. Dropping back to pass. Tries to go over the middle, and this is double covered. Throws it into double coverage, and these defenders here for the Texans make a great play on this ball to jar the ball loose and to allow the receiver not to catch the ball down the field. Sam Darnold trying to force that in there. Not a bad ball. I mean, this is a solid shot. Trying to go to the tight end, Dan Arnold. Let's see the accuracy on this ball. Is it right on the money? Right on the money, right in the hands. Is just good coverage there by the Texans defense. So Sam Darnold trying to sling it in there, and I like the aggressiveness. So that's a pretty positive sign there by Sam Darnold. Just unfortunate, incomplete. And now here we go, 3rd and 3. Let's see how this pass is looking. Here we go. 3rd and 3. Here we go. Drops back to pass. Tries to go to DJ Moore on the left sideline on a comeback route, and it is incomplete. I believe the Panthers wanted a flag on this one for pass interference. A little bit of pass interference on that one. Grabbed his shoulder, kind of dragged him down. So, all right, Sam Darnold looking still good here on the first drive. It's just unfortunate, there was no flag. Good defense there by the Texans there on that second down play. So, all right, the Panthers weren't really leaving the door open there. They still, left the door open, still went 3-and-out. Just Sam Darnold looked pretty solid there. All righty, that's good news on Sammy D. Now let's go to, this is their touchdown drive. So is this impressive? Was Sam Darnold impressing us on his first touchdown drive, or was it just the playmakers doing their thing? We see that DJ Moore was absolutely killing it last night. DJ Moore, leading receiver here for the Panthers, 8 catches for 126 yards. And then the second leading receiver was Terrace Marshall Jr., 4 catches for 48 yards. So we see the disparity. Sam Darnold was truly targeting DJ Moore. And we know DJ Moore is an A1 Tier 1 wide receiver in this league. Or I'll put Tier 1. I won't go A1 Tier 1 quite yet. But I'll definitely say Tier 1 wide receiver in this league. And, Sam Darnold going to him multiple times in this game. So let's watch this touchdown drive, and let's see if this was impressive here by Sam Darnold. Second drive of the game here for the Panthers, 0-0, starting at their own 12-yard line. Let's see how they score this ball. Here we go. Their only points of the first half as well. So let's see. Here we go. 1st and 10, Sam Darnold hands off the ball, Christian McCaffrey, and how about that? Truly unfortunate. He goes down, hamstring injury. We'll see, how quickly he can get back. And unfortunate, back-to-back years with injuries. Christian McCaffrey, we know he's a great workhorse in the running game, in the passing game, everywhere. He's one of the best dual-threat running backs maybe in NFL history. It's kind of crazy, but that's what Christian McCaffrey is. And now maybe all that explosiveness and athleticism that he has to kind of provide every single game is catching up to him here. So we'll hopefully see Christian McCaffrey back as soon as possible. The first down run gets 9 yards. They go to Christian McCaffrey again. They get the first down. No, it's 3rd and 1. Alrighty. And once again, what if the Panthers go 3 and out again. Does that jumpstart Davis Mills? Does that jumpstart the offense? So, once again, potential here to potentially leave the door open to potential 3 and outs right here to start off the game. Tyrod Taylor, he doesn't take advantage, folks. All right, here we go. 3rd and 1. Let's see how they pick it up. Sam Darnold motions and then just keeps it quarterback keeper. And once again, exactly like Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield will quarterback sneak on 3rd and 1. Absolutely, they'll call that for the man. Baker Mayfield can get a little, he's a little bit smaller than Sam Darnold, so he can kind of fit in there, kind of sneak in there. Sam Darnold a little bit more beefier, so he can just plow through. But, I mean, that's what we're talking about. I'm really saying that Sam Darnold is exactly like Baker Mayfield, which is it's not a knock and it's not like a big praise. It's a real solid. It's an above-average game manager. We have Ryan Tannehill in the above-average game manager. We have Baker Mayfield in the above-average game manager quarterback category. I do like Ryan Tannehill over Baker Mayfield, but they're still in the same category. And I think seeing what Sam Darnold has done over the last 3 games here, we can put Sam Darnold in the above-average game manager category. Now, above-average game managing quarterbacks, they can't go out there and single-handedly win you the game. They need a couple of pieces around them. They need a good defense. They need a scheme. They need a good offense, a good scheme to be put in, and they need kind of play calling to be tailored to them. They just can't go out there and, any system, any players, doesn't matter. That's what the A1 Tier 1 quarterbacks are, the Aaron Rodgers, the Tom Brady, the Patrick Mahomes. They can all go out there and win the game given any circumstances. But Sam Darnold plows ahead for the first down. Here we go. After picking up the first down, we get 1st and 10. Play action pass here by Sam Darnold, and it's a setup screen to Christian McCaffrey, and it gets nothing. Gets about maybe 1 yard. So the Texans defense, so far so good, not allowing anything big, allowing some 3rd downs or getting you to 3rd downs, getting off the field downs. So real solid first couple of plays here defensively for the Texans. Now we get 2nd and 9. Sam Darnold escaping out of the pocket and then finds DJ Moore coming back to him. But once again, another incomplete pass here. And it's going to bring up 3rd down. Let's see. And once again, this is Sam Darnold missing this throw down the field right here. Well, how do you miss it? I believe this is Dan Arnold, their tight end, streaking down the middle of the field. You're not even looking for this route. You should have known this route should have been open the way that the linebackers were playing. He's free down the seam right here. And Sam Darnold misses him and then ends up taking a pass here going to DJ Moore coming back on the sideline, and it's unfortunately incomplete. DJ Moore, you got to catch that one. Usually he does. So once again, what if, folks? What if Sam Darnold goes out on this down? What happens if they don't pick up this 3rd and 9, and then the Texans take over? Do they finally move the ball offensively? Once again, this was the only points here put up here by the Panthers in the first half. Here we go, 3rd and 9. Let's see how they pick this up. Empty backfield here for Sam Darnold. Stepping up into the pocket. Escaping out of the right side and then finding DJ Moore open. And this is a great throw here by Sam Darnold. Absolutely on the money. Bought time in the pocket, kept his eyes down the field, all that great stuff, and then delivers a real great ball here to DJ Moore. Watch Sam Darnold escaping out of the pocket, but his eyes go right back down the field, and great job there to deliver the ball accurately to DJ Moore to catch it, and it goes for about 20 yards for the 1st down. DJ Moore working back for his quarterback. Once like we said, great wide receiver in this league, and Sam Darnold was definitely utilizing him. Teddy Bridgewater also utilized DJ Moore as well, so keep that in mind. All right, but here we go. After the 1st down pickup, Sam Darnold back to the play action pass, going down wide open again. Terrace Marshall. Good for about 12. Picking up the 1st down. Now they're cooking. They have this Texans defense on their heels. They really could do whatever they want at will. After that kind of 3rd and 9 pickup to DJ Moore, this Texans defense just cannot stop anything for the rest of the drive. So here we go. In Texans territory at the 35-yard line, they run the ball here to Chuba Hubbard, who had a pretty solid game. Unfortunately, he couldn't pick up the 4th and 1 they had him in there on when they went on a big, long drive that went for it on 4th and 1. Chuba Hubbard couldn't pick it up. Unfortunately, I believe it's the next drive they couldn't do that. But here we go, 2nd and 7. Sam Darnold slinging over the middle, and once again, DJ Moore just wide open over the middle of the field, getting them down inside the 10-yard line at the 5. Just once again, this big empty spot over the middle of the field here where Dan Arnold was wide open that Sam Darnold didn't see. He comes back down the middle right here, wide open, DJ Moore. Now they're at the 6-yard line. Let's see how they capitalize in the end zone right here. And here we go. First and goal from the 6-yard line. Sam Darnold, quarterback keeper. Bingo, bango, wide open for the touchdown, 6 yards. And once again, that's what Baker Mayfield can do as well. So Sam Darnold is to a T Baker Mayfield. That's our official take, folks. I don't see it changing. I got to see what this Panthers team can do next week against the Cowboys. But if they even flounder a little bit or don't look as good or as dominant, Sam Darnold is 100% Baker Mayfield. And nothing truly to get kind of, we can get excited about it. I'm not going to say don't get excited about Sam Darnold being good and all that. But, he will be kind of capped at, above average game manager. That's what it would be. Not good, nothing special, nothing bad. It's not a knock. It's just what it is. So that was their touchdown drive. Solid there by Sam Darnold. Everything was really kind of wide open, though. He did put the ball right on the money in all the throws, though. So I will give him credit for that. All right. So that was the touchdown drive. And then, unfortunately, they were driving again, but they were a little aggressive here, and I love the aggressiveness. I've got no problem going for it on 4th and 1 from the Houston 5. So once again, they were able to move the ball. So that was great by Sam Darnold here. But, unfortunately, Chuba Hubbard could not pick up that 1 yard, and they, turned the ball over on downs. And then just for the rest of the first half, they weren't able to move the ball. The next Panthers drive, after not picking up the 4th and 1, 3 and out. The next drive, 3 and out again. And I believe we have those plays queued up as well. So here we go. Let's watch these 2 3-and-out drives just to kind of really hammer in the point that this Panthers team is not closing the door, and this is the 3rd straight week where we have not seen them close the door on their opponent. They let the Jets come back, score 14 points, potentially to maybe do something there at the end of the game, and then against the Saints, what was the score at halftime? It was 17-0 at halftime. But then just letting the Saints hang around. And if Jameis Winston, could have moved the ball at some point, maybe making it 17-7 and then 17-10, 1-possession game, and then we'll see what Sam Darnold does then. But just leaving the door open, folks. So here we go. Sam Darnold, 3-and-out drive. Let's see what happens here. Here we go. 5 minutes left in the second quarter. Down or up still, only 7-0. Play action pass here by Sam Darnold. Ball hit, fumbled the ball as he was throwing, and luckily they get right back on it. And we've seen this again here on their very last drive here when they should have just ran out the clock. There was like 25 seconds left, and they were being a little aggressive. We get a sack here with 19 seconds left, and he fumbled the ball at their own 35-yard line. So once again, what if, folks, what if Sam Darnold lost this fumble right here? The Texans recover. What are they at their own 25-yard line? The Texans would have been at the Panthers' 25-yard line. You're telling me Davis Mills couldn't drive 25 yards? I may believe that. But that's not what is happening. Or we didn't get to see it, so unfortunate. What if, Disney? Come on. We got to get your writers over here. But Sam Darnold fumbles the ball, unfortunately. All righty, now we get 2nd and 15. 2nd and 15, here we go. 2nd and 15, Sam Darnold, throw over the middle, and boom, it's just a big hit there by the Texans defenders. That's an incomplete ball. Trying to hit Dan Arnold over the middle, and it's a good read. It's a good try to fit it in there. It seemed to be a little not accurate, a little bit more outside. If you throw this inside where there's a little bit more space, probably complete. You also avoid the other defender coming in for the big hit to jar it loose. Let's see if we get a nice replay on this one, because it did seem not 100% accurate. And once again, it's Baker Mayfield. Good overall accuracy, but in some key moments, not stepping up the biggest. So here we go, 3rd and 15 now. Let's see what Sam Darnold does with this football on 3rd and 15. Brings in Chuba Hubbard into the backfield. 4 wide, here we go. Sam Darnold getting pressure, and it's just a setup screen. This isn't anything on Sam Darnold. Alrighty. So they go 3 and out, leaving the door open. And now here we go again. 2 minutes left. 2 minutes, 8 seconds left. Still only up 7-0. And they start at their own 26-yard line. Here we go. This is a 3 and out. Here we go. Sam Darnold on 1st down. taking the check down there, and it's just dropped. I mean, Robbie Anderson, you got to catch that ball. What the hell are you doing? You're too good to be dropping that wide open ball. So that's on not on Sam Darnold right there. But here we go. 2nd and 10 now. Sam Darnold, a check down there to the running back. Chuba Hubbard. No, that's not Chuba Hubbard. Who's that? Who's 32? Either way, it's a check down, and now it brings up 3rd and 2. Let's see how they get this done, or try to at least. Here we go. Sam Darnold, empty backfield. Oh, my God, that pressure got there big time quick. God damn. The Texans brought the pressure, and it got there quick. I mean, let's count the seconds. Here we go. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. Yeah, that's not, it's like 2 seconds right there. No time to throw. Let's see if there was anything quickly open where Sam Darnold maybe felt the pressure and could sling it out quickly. Here we go. By the time he was throwing, I mean, you would have to throw it right here, and it would have to be 100% accurate to DJ Moore right here. He's got some nice kind of positioning here. You throw it inside, he's able to box out the defender, but I'm not going to knock Sam Darnold for not getting this throw off. Absolutely not. So pressure gets there quick, but once again, leaving the door open, and then, like we said, the fumble with 16 seconds left in the first half. I mean, you weren't going to do anything, but Matt Rule leaves his offense out there to try to take a shot with 25 seconds left. I mean, they're at what, their own 25-yard line. I mean, you're going to move the ball in 25 seconds like that? I don't think with Sam Darnold. Not with Sam Darnold. With Patrick Mahomes, 25 seconds is way too long. With Sam Darnold, that's not long enough. So once again, it's just what if, folks. I'm not knocking Sam Darnold 100%. He's been a real solid game manager, and I don't knock game managers. Me calling a quarterback a game-managing quarterback, that's not a knock, folks. Not everybody can be the greatest of all time. Do y'all know that? There's only one of that. So, and it's not going to be, it's not going to be Sam Darnold. I can firmly say the greatest of all time at quarterback position will not be Sam Darnold. It will also not be Baker Mayfield. It will also not be Ryan Tannehill, who we collectively say are all above average game managing quarterbacks in this league. That's really kind of a compliment. I mean, just my quarterback tier and how I judge and, how I talk about quarterbacks. We have the A1 tier 1 quarterbacks. Those are, the Brady's, the Mahomes already. Crazy to say, Aaron Rodgers, and then we have the tier 1, Ben Roethlisberger, Matthew Stafford. Who else we got? Matthew Stafford, Lamar Jackson, I'll put in tier 1. Kyler Murray, I'll put in tier 1. That can single-handedly win you the games, and then above average game manager quarterback. So we have A1 tier 1, tier 1s, and then game managers, and then tier 2s. I mean, so that's still pretty solid. So it's not a knock, folks. Don't come at me being, oh, you're just a Sam Darnold hater. I don't hate anybody, folks. I mean, I don't hate anybody. I don't actively hate on anybody. I want to see the best of the best go at it at every single play, at every single down, at every single game. I don't want to see trash. I want to see greatness. That's why we're so a little harshly. That's why maybe we talk a little harshly on some players over others, because we want to see the greatness out of them. And they just don't give it to us all the time. So, Sam Darnold, we will have our firm verdict on this man come next week when they have to face the Cowboys. That's going to be the test that we truly gauge Sam Darnold. But overall, he's taking advantage, and he's doing exactly what he's supposed to be doing here for the first 3 easy games of the season. He's doing exactly what he can do, exactly what he's supposed to do. So I'm not knocking him because of that. I want to see what he can do against actually good teams out here, and we will see that next week. So overall, just Sam Darnold left the door open. They just left the door open. That's it. And we've seen it time and time again. Good teams will take that opportunity and walk through that open door that you left for them. So let's finish off this Panthers team. Chuba Hubbard, 11 carries for 52 yards. Once again, real solid performance out there by the rookie. So Christian McCaffrey maybe potentially missing some time. We'll see if Chuba Hubbard can step in and kind of give that level of production needed. DJ Moore, like we said, leading wide receiver, 8 receptions, 126 yards. Terrace Marshall, 4 receptions, 48 yards. Chuba Hubbard, 3 receptions, 27 yards. Christian McCaffrey, only 2 receptions, 9 yards. So not getting that dual threat out of Christian McCaffrey. Also, nobody really lost no turnovers here in this game, which is kind of crazy. It kind of seemed like the first half blew by. I was watching it last night. I was like, damn, this kind of wrapped up quickly here in the first half. So that's Thursday Night Football. Panthers at Texans. We can't buy the Texans with Davis Mills, and we'll see if we can buy Sam Darnold 100% come next week. All right, and then let's quickly close out here. We've got some things to talk about quickly. The first one, let's actually talk about this one because we can talk about this one quickly. Here we go. J.C. Horn, the cornerback here, rookie for the Panthers, unfortunately broke some bones in his foot. So he's going to be out for a couple months here. He's going to have surgery to repair it. They're talking about potentially 2 to 3 months. So expect him, late in the season. Truly unfortunate by J.C. Horn. And we have the play here where he does get injured. You could definitely see the non-contact injury, just kind of, falling back into the zone coverage, and he breaks bones in his foot. I mean, it's just unfortunate. We know the NFL is a cruel sport sometimes. Rookies getting injured, veterans on their last leg getting injured. How unfortunate. It's just unfortunate, folks. It's the name of the game, and J.C. Horn just goes down. We hope he makes a speedy recovery, as speedy as he can, but man, oh man, promising cornerback out here goes down with a broken foot last night. And then we get to hear from Davis Mills, and I don't know if this is the quote that's say, but he said it. Davis Mills on his first start with Houston says, quote, "It's never as bad as you think it was, and it's never as good as you think it was." No, it was as bad as you thought it was. You didn't move the ball. I mean, that's as bad as it gets. I mean, I don't care if you were moving the ball. Well, I would have cared, but for a different reason. If you were moving the ball and then throwing picks in the red zone, at least you were moving the ball and showing that you can kind of, compete as a quarterback and, test some coverages and trust your guys and trust your own talents throwing the ball, but you weren't even moving the ball between the 20s. So, yeah, it was kind of as bad as you would think it was. Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. It was bad. It wasn't good. It was bad. You put up 9 points at home. They left the door open for you. You never walked through that door, and it wasn't good. It was not good. It was bad. So, let's see what Davis Mills was saying. Here we go. Davis Mills, like all the rookie quarterbacks in 2021, struggled for stretches of his debut, but displayed toughness while getting battered and flashed a few moments of promise in Houston Texans' 24-9 loss to the Carolina Panthers. He had one good play where he threw to Brandon Cooks wide open for like 30 yards. That was the best play. It was wide open. I guess I will give him toughness. How many times did he get sacked in this game? This Panthers defense had 4 sacks against Davis Mills. So I will give him, he was tough out there. I'll give him that. That was the best thing about Davis Mills, his toughness. But he says, quote, "I always think back on that quote. It's never as bad as you think it was, and it's never as good as you think it was. There's obviously a couple of plays I would like back, but I'm going to come in tomorrow and watch the film and see what we can improve upon, but also see what we did well to move forward." The classic, that's what you do in film study. What did they do good? What did you do bad? So it was bad. It was bad. I'm calling it a bad performance. I'll grade it an F. It was an F performance. He didn't move the ball. I don't know what you want from me. Another quote here by David Culley. He says, quote, "When we went into our 2-minute offense right before half, he did an excellent job of taking us down the field and making some nice throws and nice plays. I thought he did a nice job for us." So, yes, the 2-minute drive. A 2-minute drive, hurry-up offense. He should have ran up-tempo a little bit more if that's the only thing that he could do the entire half. But they didn't make that adjustment. All right, Davis Mills says, "There's a couple of quick things that I can think of that I would like to improve on initially, but I mean, going back, we'll see a lot from the film and also see the good in it and that we can keep moving forward with." So he's focusing on the good. He's trying to. All right, and then Brandon Cook says this, quote, "He handled himself well," talking about Davis Mills, "just like us all. We just have to continue to just get on the same page and get that chemistry going between all of us. But at the end of the day, very proud of how he came out. Proud that he put up 9 points." I mean, folks, what are they going to talk about? You're not going to trash your own teammates. Of course they're going to say they come out good. But overall, Davis Mills could not move the ball. It was a bad performance. So that was Thursday Night Football, Texans, Panthers. These early Thursday Night Football games, folks, not the best. They have been decent the last 2 weeks. So this game, really not competitive. It was 7-6 at halftime, so I'll give them that, but we knew Davis Mills wasn't doing anything all game.